Welcome black. I'm just testing the live real quick, seeing what it be about. I'm gonna talk about these few subjects, man, and get my take on a few things. So how's everybody doing out there? I really appreciate you guys coming by. Rather you came by live. If you are, hit that like. If you come by doing a recording, also hit that like and that subscribe. I would appreciate it. Yeah, man, we're gonna get right into it. I kind of want to get into this I don't want to call it Brickgate. I'm not lying. Because I don't condone nobody getting hit with bricks, but unless it's the white supremacists. But let's play this little video real quick. And then I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna jump into it. Yeah, see, everybody gave their take on uh, this brick incident. And let me start by saying any human being hitting another human being with anything, let alone a brick, are demonic people. It's very wrong. You don't hit anyone with a brick unless it's the white supremacists. And but my problem with this situation was this woman here, Rhonda, she opportunist. She's definitely opportunist. I would have thought that Tyrana Burke would have came up with this herself. This is Me Too 2024. And the reason I say that is because she has a phone. I haven't even seen no evidence of a police call, but we all know she was supposed to get on the phone and call the police. She was supposed to call the police. I think this happened in Houston. She was supposed to call the police. She was supposed to take down the description of the creature who hit her, another tether, right? She's supposed to take down his description, and really, that's what she was supposed to. That's the information she was supposed to have immediately. Call the police, tell the police how this guy looked, what kind of car he was driving, and immediately try to get some type of justice. It looked like she was going for sympathy over justice, right? And because she from this scamming ass background, we know a lot of these folks from these backgrounds, they be scamming. She immediately took what happened to her and she used it against people. And I think that's really demonic. I see things way different than a lot of other people. I know I do. I got to clean it up, but I think it's warranted. And I immediately, when I seen this, I was like, wow. She went right into making this into a black man narrative. Now, she said niggas, she said black men, but people kind of, black men, we all know it is black men because white men are protected with white privilege. So obviously, she wasn't speaking about white men. Um, she was aiming that hatred at the black men in her community, even though the terms that she used falls down on Black American men, foundational Black Americans. So that's what our problem was about it, was that we immediately got blamed for hitting women with bricks. Now I know it's some mama's boys out there. I know it's some incel ass niggas out there in part of every community. And but a lot of men from each community actually, this is part of their culture to attack women that respond in a certain way to them. I mean, we used to women in America having some type of European standard and being out of the box, you know, as a whole, following feminist culture, and I'm not talking about black men. I'm talking about American thing, white American, to be honest. But people from American culture, we don't sit here and, as a group, fight each other like that. We actually protect each other. And the problem is that this came out being a narrative that was arguing, do men, black men specifically, protect women? And we all know, we got sisters, we got aunties, we got grandmas, we got mothers, that if you even talk to my mom the wrong way, I'm splitting your lip. If you my sister's boyfriend and you put your hands on her, it's gonna be some real problems. So all of us that have sisters, aunties, aunts, mothers and grandmothers, we know, as Black American, foundational Black American, we know we protect our family. That's not even a question. But the problem was that this female here, Rhonda, immediately when she got hit, she automatically knew to attack men in her community. And by the statements and the terms that she used, she was aiming it at our community, even though someone in her circle was the one that responded to her like that. We know this chick we obviously know she part of the Rainbow Crew, but she's not, she's not letting Black American men talk to her like that. How many of you guys actually dated a Somali? Really? How many of you guys actually dated a woman from Africa? I'm sure it's very few of you, because they don't mess with us like that. Now let's check out the next video. See, right here, she was eating it up. She was like, you know what? I got some likes and I got some clicks. Let me go and turn it up a little bit. And again, you hearing this feel sorry for me narrative, but no, we're not even talking about the guy who hit her. Where is the goof cornball that hit this woman with a brick? What is his name? Why are we not dragging him through the mud? I heard he was Haitian, but I don't really know for a fact. But I know he was an American for sure. And yeah, why we don't have his name? Right there. When she said a man asked for my number and I said no, she turned it into Me Too 2024. By her being part of the Rainbow Crew and obviously knowing the kind of silent weapons that the white supremacists put on Black men, she knew exactly what she was doing. When you listen to her, again, a victim starts to tell you about who victimized them. They would be really adamant about who victimized them. Let's get back into the video. See? So she turned it into a man thing. And I heard women was out there too. So women was watching too. Look at her face. She stopped crying. She was like, all right, I done gave you guys some tears. Now I'm finna sell this shit. Now I'm going to sell this shit. And again, it's unfortunate what happened to her, but what kind of person get attacked by a person who breaks in your house and then blame everybody who is living within the standard of where their house is? So the majority of us men never, I mean, I'm sure 99% of men never hit a woman with a brick, right? So, I mean, she is literally blaming all men because one abusive, deranged tether hit her with a brick. And instead of calling out his name, or even if she didn't know it, his description, how his car looked, um, she's literally targeting men. And she's targeting men because she actually has a problem with men. And that's the sad thing, that some women out there, hetero women, right? Women who don't really um, get down with the Rainbow Crew, sent her money because they felt sorry for her. And again, it's wrong that some idiot hit her with a brick. And these women could be sending her money because they tried to help her out because she was hit with a brick. But to blame men, that's like some psyop shit, because all men didn't hit her with a brick. One guy did. And that one apple's ruined a bunch. That's bullshit. Because this guy's not from our community, foundational Black American. These people don't even identify with being Black, to be honest. They're Black when it's convenient, but behind closed doors, they Somali, they Jamaican, they Haitian, they Nigerian. They're not Black people. And we know, foundational Black American, we are literally Black first. Black comes before any nationality. And these guys' nationality come before they're being Black. Sometimes they lead the Black off. So let me finish this up. That's her line. That's her line. This is what you doing. This is what y'all doing to women. Wow. She wants a mammy so bad. She wants a white woman so bad. I mean, y'all ain't see it. She want a white woman so bad. She's willing to take something very horrible that happened to herself and spin it. I mean, spin it before her face even healed. This is me too. Because the Me Too thing, they blamed Black men in general instead of blaming the specific white guys who was not only behind Me Too, but who caused the ruckus and who was stirring up the attention in the first place. And they flipped it and start pointing at the Honorable Bill Cosby or the great Michael Jackson. And just because they did that, they showed their whole hand. So right here, even though it happened, the media don't really have to grab it. The media, they have their little shills and their little dark people who work for them, who come out, who make these feminist videos on TikTok, right? It's on TikTok, who you wouldn't really say, oh, that's Fox News, right? But you attack some person on Twitter who has like whatever, so many followers, but it's really Fox News or organizations like that paying them on the back end just to come out with some slanted black man narrative about it. Even though she was selling it and they bought it. And when she said, this was y'all men doing out here, baby, just say you like women. And I heard women was out there too, but she didn't blame not one woman. Women watch her get hit too. And I don't expect the woman to defend her. I'm just saying, wow. Yeah, I just said that. I do expect women to defend her, but not physically. But she didn't blame any women at all. Like women just weren't there. Like it was just a bunch of dudes watching. And it was a bunch of sorry simp ass tethers watching. And we know them niggas never want no trouble. Never. And not only do they have a history of putting their hands on their women, they have a history of sitting around and watching it. So really, her and them dusty ass dudes out there brought their culture over here and trying to sully and dirty the name of foundational Black Americans with some sleight of the hand, Me Too, psyop bullshit. Because if she would have came out and say, oh, this is what y'all Haitian men are doing, or this is what y'all Somali men are doing, wow. God would have known she would have been telling the truth. But let her finish up this finesse. This is a finesse, y'all. And again, like I said, nobody justifies her being hit with a brick. But once you hit with a brick, not only she's in the hospital, but you need to be filing a police report. You need to be finding out who's doing that. I mean, if you got all these people listening, you need to be using that platform to put this guy out there who harmed you. Or what about the background that this guy come from? They're probably known for hitting women with bricks. He hit her with a brick because that's probably not his first woman he hit with a brick. To be honest, a person that hits a woman with a brick, he has done it before. She's just the first one that came out and blamed all men, well, all black men for it. She was selling it. She sold that shit, bro. She sold it. And everybody bought it, hook, line, and sinker. You know? It's just sad that things like that happen and nobody even see what really happened. Everybody falls into, oh, a woman shouldn't get hit with a brick. Yeah, Captain Obvious, we know that part. Nobody, not even a dog or a cat, an animal, should be hit with a brick, let alone a human. I wanted to get into this here. Yeah, let me just play it. So let me get this right, you pedophile ass nigga. With a straight face, you on here trying to tell us that because this woman, and obviously she was deranged out of her mind. Let's just take that for face value. That a grown woman is like, hey, take my daughter to a party. A 14-year-old. A 14-year-old. You're supposed to be someone who can tell this woman, oh, excuse me, your daughter should be asleep in a house. Let alone going out with some I mean, yeah, you trust me, but still, you shouldn't do this with nobody. You shouldn't let no man, unless it's her father or her stepfather, right? Which who have adopted her or who has been in her life long enough that you can trust him. I heard this was his first night uh alone with his young child. So you tell me your first night with a young child, you take it to a party late night, and you here trying to tell us that somehow it's the mother's fault. Bro, you're a pedophile. So we supposed to say, okay, but you supposed to have the knowledge to tell her, no, I'm not taking your daughter out and it's 3 in the morning, it's 12 in the morning, it's 11 at night, it's 10 at night, it's 9 at night, bro. What are you talking about? Nigga, this is a pedophile. And if anybody justify this, they ride along with him. Because you sitting here justifying taking a minor that's not your child out to a party late night because the parent asked you. You're a person who sit here and um, plot and plan on someone's children because psychologically you're trying to. Right now, I'm listening to it. You're trying to tell me what's the justification of leaving with a minor child. But I hope they root your booty hole up, boy. I hope they do. Right there. So this shouldn't even. So what's the problem? You shouldn't even be facing jail time now. Because if you really did that and you stood on yours like a man, sucker polite, if you stood on that like a man, you wouldn't even be going to prison or state jail, whatever they sending you to. Oh, so his text message is gonna save him after he took a plea bargain. How she got high? How she got high? This nigga goofy. How she got high, nigga? How did she get high? If the mother did not get her high and she was in your possession, did she just disappear and get high? Boy, this nigga ill, boy. How she got intoxicated? Just tell me how she got intoxicated. Did you or were you around when she decided to get high? And he didn't even say for what. This girl could have been on Flocka, Mup, whatever the fuck that is, Molly, Coke, crack, weed, who knows? Shrooms. See? Now see, you notice how he just jumped. He didn't get into who got the child drunk. Right. He went straight into what his charges is now. Now here go another feel sorry for me, you know. But this is more like, hey y'all, I did it because this is a crazy woman. And the white people was gonna find me wrong anyway because, you know, it's them. And at the end of the day, they come and help you if you help yourself. So if you do some dumb shit like this, of course they're gonna be behind it. But you're the driver. So you know, see, Florida's supposed to be another word or another name for white society. He's using Florida as like, hey boy, y'all know how these white people are out here. And again, we do. But nigga, you're not gonna hide behind them when you do some demonic shit like this. Hey, you know what? I hope them boys in jail, prison, wherever he go, treat him like a girlfriend, treat him like somebody who harmed a child. I'm not promoting violence, but I really do hope they deal with this cat and just make him your girlfriend. That's it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not against LBGT. Make him your girlfriend. When he go to jail, make him your girlfriend. Because obviously he want to be locked up around a bunch of men anyway. That's what he into, right? You nigga. What? Hold on. Huh? So the child got drunk by herself because obviously you didn't take responsibility for that. She left with you, and then she magically became drunk and high. And then the mom took her to the hospital, uh, and then you're in trouble. Bro, who's these cornballs? And he's doing the same thing that Brick Baby's doing. He's using his situation as a way to garner sympathy, but not taking any type of responsibility for whatever happened. Again, Brick Baby should have called the police and blamed her attacker, right? But she immediately used it as a way to garner funds through blaming black men. She knew what she was doing because people from that background, they watch white supremacists do it all the time. So we would have thought, you know, a real man to stand on his. So we obviously know this nigga ain't a real man. He's a pedophile. Right. And if the you shouldn't even have a child with you off the rip. Off the rip, the child shouldn't even been with you. And on top of that, she got high when she and drunk when she was with you, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. If she left with you, she was under your responsibility. That child not only should not have been with you, but if you was dumb enough to take her to a party, bro, once you seen alcohol and weed, you're supposed to leave. If you even had some type of decency about yourself. And God forbid if you have kids. I think you do, but if you with a minor and not only just say if it's your daughter, why would you take her to a party with weed and liquor or drugs and liquor? So right there, you look like a creep. Yeah, yeah, right. That nigga is a fucking creep, yo. That nigga's a straight up creep. A straight up creep. I wanted to play this Vivek Ramaswamy. I seen him get his ass handed to him by somebody that obviously looked like him. But we just gonna play this video and then we gonna talk about what goes down here. See? He accepted a Soros scholarship, a left wing, right, backed scholarship. But we know Vivek Ramaswamy is a grifter. Everybody knows that. You know what I think is scary about this is that people would, and not foundational Black Americans, but um, the dominant society, man, will make this guy a president just because they can use him, not because uh, he actually stand on anything. That's the reason why they would make him president, because he don't stand on anything, and they can use him as a tool, a weapon. See, white supremacy weaponize everything they come in contact with. So this guy, while everybody thinking, he's a fuck up, he's a grifter, he's looking stupid. I thought Donald Trump was looking stupid when he was out there. I thought Joe Biden was looking like a flaming racist, you know. But people still put him there, and they would say that we did, but we really don't put them there. We get behind the ideal of it, but we all know that the elite choose who they want to be president. And it's a reason why they set it up like that. Because they obviously use these people as weapons against foundational Black Americans. As long as these people can be used against foundational Black Americans, they can enslave everybody else. Long as they are targeting us, everybody else is for the taking. But let's get back into this dude's grifting. Of course. So he's saying somebody, which is the left, which he's literally acting like he's flaming with the right. But we see that he's a grifter. He's one of those candidates who would get in there, and you would think that he'd be right leaning, but he'd start doing some left leaning stuff too. He'd be one of those centrists. Somebody who would sit here and just push forward the system of white supremacy. See, a lot of us are fooled because they each claim a name. Oh, I'm a leftist, or I'm a rightist, or I'm a Democrat, or I'm a Republican. But really, they just push forward white supremacy, just in measures that will be noticeable about people, about being overt or covert. Some people notice the overt, some people notice the covert. And then those people argue about what they see. So a person like him, I would think if they jammed Donald Trump up with this, he would beat Ron DeSantis. I really believe that. It's sad, but I believe that. I believe that they will make this guy president, and they will use him to draw a divide between everyone because he would be willing to do it. He obviously don't stand on anything. Watch out for this guy. We all know that he's extremely dangerous. I wanted to show this little video with Rhonda Satan because I want to show you the reaction. Not of the brother. I mean, brother stood up and actually tried to say something. He seemed a little older. We know what Jason Black said about these old niggas, and sometimes, well, most of the time, they be having, they be a little scared, man. To be honest. But we're not gonna get on the old Negroes right now. We just aiming this at our Mr. Friend Rhonda Satan. So let's just see what brother had to say to him. So it was a little low. Let me run it back. So it was low But it says Trayvon Martin was not the first of all. Okay. So the brother was in the background trying to say that Ron DeSantis' rhetoric and his stance with the black community promoted and inspired this guy to shoot these three people in Jacksonville. That's basically what the brother was saying. Wow. Look, let me show you something sometime about these white supremacists, suspected white supremacists. They would talk to you and talk down on black people like we children to them. I mean, no decorum with discord. Even if the guy is completely wrong, he's not even letting them speak. And the reason why he's not letting them speak because they openly, blatantly disrespect us. They're the group that put their hands on us the most. That shouldn't. You know, you hear these bootlegs talking about black on black crime. Well, that's not even a thing. Where's white on white crime? Where's Asian on Asian crime? Where's Christian on Christian crime? I mean, it's fake. It's something that somebody created just to justify harming black Americans. They created that just to justify harming people. Because what's wrong is wrong. If we talk about one wrong thing, why are you going to bring up another? To try to take the attention away from the wrong thing that's already that we're speaking of right now in the present. We're not talking about what Pookie and Ray Ray did last week. We're just not talking about that because that's another conversation. But because I brought this situation up, now you want to bring on two black people who has nothing to do with the situation. Bro, all you doing is justifying murder. That's demonic within itself. But I went on a tangent a little bit. What I wanted to show you guys is the reaction from the crowd. See, they tried to pan out to some white people clapping, but you know this. I noticed these white people weren't clapping. I think they on purpose didn't show the white people clapping. But look in the room, you had some type of minor standing ovation because the normal, everyday, so-called, not racist, white person is okay with this. They are okay with Ron DeSantis' rhetoric to aim and direct his uh, power within the government at foundational Black Americans. They're okay with that. And because you don't have even a handful of normal, everyday white people coming out having any issue with what Ron DeSantis is doing because they okay with it. They're literally showing us how they feel about whatever he's doing and whatever is happening to foundational Black Americans. They're showing us with their actions by not doing anything because that's their way of giving a wink and a nod to it. That's their way of saying it's okay. We okay with it. I'm not going to get in the way. See? So they wouldn't even sacrifice themselves for so-called what's right or wrong because to them, it's not wrong. Oh, look at the white lady down there. No, you niggas not being hunted. So they're no different than the group of satanic, everyday normal people who watch foundational Black Americans hang from trees. They're no different. all they really doing is using their camera phones now. See? They just using their camera phones to record it instead of recording it via memory. But watching and knowing what's wrong in this world, they know. They just cannot get punished for it. Or they're not being punished for it. Not from us. Through the spirit, maybe. But is anyone doing anything about it? No. And that's what happens when a person bullies you. They keep bullying you until they get a black eye, right? Nigger, you gotta go. Nigger, you gotta go. Now, by him being surrounded by white people, even if it was a buck dancing coon in there, so don't let me negate that. But by them coming around him, like, okay, nigger, you gotta go. All it does is prove the fact that they are simply okay with the situation that's going on with Foundation of Black America and the country's constant and active war against us. You know, this guy that wrote the Behold a Pale Horse. I'm gonna go off a little bit, but he had his first chapter in his book was called "Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars." That always made me think because I realized that a war wasn't specifically someone dropping bombs on you. No, the media can have a war with you. They can have a war with you through finances. They can have a war with you through religion. They can have a war with you through sex. They can have a war with you through the laws. They don't really have to set up tanks and bomb your city because we are organisms that interact with everything in the world and the physical world around us. Anything that those organisms interact with, they can use it as a weapon. And it could be something as simple as housing. But let's finish this video out. Oh, look at, I got you white people clapping. Wow, they're giving up a standing ovation. And they know he's gaslighting them, and they know he's lying, and that's what's so sick about this. Shouts out to my boy Torian Rain with the woke tree. I see your comment down there. I love that. That was funny as hell. And that's what's so crazy about this is that they knew or they know that something is happening to Black America. And instead of getting up fighting about it, they're hiding behind DeSantis, just as they did Trump, just as they did Reagan, just as they did Clinton, just as they did Bush, just as they did Obama. They're hiding behind these politicians, their racist culture, depending on who can hide it, who's overt or covert the most, depending, it switches between that every so often. But who can ever make them comfortable enough to be in their own skin? And if you're in the room, man, give me some likes. I never went live. This is my first live. I think I'm actually a lot more compelling when I'm live. Let's see this last video, and I'm gonna call this this live series this week while being Black, because this is something that Black Americans can relate to. Now I know if some of you are B1, which is Black first, then your nationality first, then you always will be accepted here. But if you don't have camaraderie with Black Americans, you're not wanted here. I'll be straight up. I don't care if you subscribe to me. You're not wanted here. Because if you inherently show that you have some type of tribalism, well then stay over there. Stay over there. Don't ask us for anything. It's just gonna be the last video. He don't got no shame, to be honest. He don't got no shame. No shame. No shame. Look, let's be honest. I heard a rumor this was like his side piece. It don't matter, bro. You are at work, you are in uniform. Right now, somebody could be some teller could be breaking in the store right now. But you're on the side trying to get trying to get fellatio by some chick that it looked like you met on the street, to be honest. She looked like a streetwalker, right? And if it is your side piece, why is she walking around like a streetwalker? Why is your side piece looking like a streetwalker getting into your cruiser in the back seat in broad daylight? I mean, Jesus. And all this does is tell us what some of these cops do with a lot of this tax money. You know, they come out here and put a whole narrative about some guy that ran, and they make a big thing about, you know, the police that shot him, and they try to justify it. And then you have the police union come out and make a statement. Where's the police union? Where's back the blue? Like Tariq say, BLEW, blew her back out. Where's back the blue? Because it's obvious that these guys are taking advantage of the government. They taking advantage of the people, and nobody should trust him. I mean, imagine getting pulled over by this guy, right? You haven't even did anything wrong. Even if you did, just say if you did, he's going to pull over somebody that look like him and give them a nod and a wink. They do it all the time. But he's going to pull you over as the foundation of Black American. And he's the one who want to hold you to the law. Oh man, your license is suspended. I seen you doing a 40 and a 35, right? But obviously, we catch him on camera being a human being, being a disgusting, dirty human being. If this is even considered a human. Obviously, you're on the clock because you're in a uniform. If you're not on the clock, you shouldn't be in uniform. I have family that work in law enforcement. If you're not on the clock, if you're not going home or not going to work, you shouldn't be in uniform. So obviously, you're on the clock. And you're on the clock trying to get fellatio, or trying to get some back shots from somebody that looked like they've been on the corner. Instead of helping this young lady out and taking her to a human trafficking facility. And will this cop be charged with human trafficking? Let's add that. Or he's going to get one of those, oh, I'm a white man, I get a 10th degree misdemeanor loitering charge. Because it's always the dominant society that get these dominant society type charges. Degrees we never heard of: 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th degree. So is he going to get a 10th degree misdemeanor trespassing? Or you guys going to actually charge him for human trafficking? Because I'm sure his body cam, if he has one, that shit can cut on and can record. And I'm sure is technology in his car that can record. And I'm sure they know exactly where his car is at, to be honest. And with this police doing this, where's the outrage? Where's the outrage, especially from the good old white people? Where's the outrage? See, they get together as a group when somebody's shot in the back on some satanic, demonic stuff. When this guy had his wallet or keys in his hand, when he had a kid, he had 4 kids. You guys get together for some mess like that. But when you catch one of your own on camera, I swear crickets. Nobody, only people say anything is the new black media. And it shows that we the only people in this world that want it to be a just world. While all y'all are just forfeiting y'all spiritual capsules. Cause you gotta go from here to there. And if so, from here to there, that's what we came here for. And I thank you guys for coming to my first live. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like this page, you share this page, you share this live. And thank you for coming to this week while being black. And I make sure I get with you guys next Friday or Saturday. I'm a little busy with school, but I'll make sure I put some time in to hitting up with you guys. Thank you for coming, and see you in the next live. Have a good week.